Hey Vudoo fans, Paul Parrott here, and we'd like to introduce you to the Mobius 1911. We're very excited about it and the models that we have to offer. We've already been asked quite a bit about the name Mobius. If you're not familiar with it, it comes from the Mobius strip, which is a engineering and/or mathematical architecture, for lack of a better word. There is no beginning or end. There is no inside or out. It just is a continuum of itself. And because there's no inside and out, it embodied what we did here with the Mobius. We turned this firearm inside out from an engineering and manufacturing perspective and took an approach very different than the entire industry currently does. We're super proud of it, like I said, and of course this one here is our two-tone. We have it in all stainless, all black. We have Cerakote color options coming. But just to briefly go through it, you'll notice it's a very nice, very cool, classic 1911 with some modern touches to add a little bit of elegance where it's appropriate, but retain the classic lines of the 1911. We've done some faceting and some neat treatment to the slide and the frame, in our opinion. We hope that you agree as well. We're using Novak low mount adjustable sights, Novak front blades, either plain black or in a green fiber optic, which is super cool. This model normally has that on it. We've been swapping them around for all kinds of testing and shooting and doing. You'll see this particularly has the Vudoo carbon fiber grip on it with our Vudoo medallion in it. This stainless has a rosewood. We have a dirty olive that goes on the all black. That's the color. It's G10 on that one. A lot of neat setups, a lot of neat options. Skeletonized hammer, of course, super nicely blended beaver tail grip safety, and the typical things that you would expect from a nice high-end 1911 go on from there. So I won't bore you to death with all of those. I'd like to speak to what we did different here, and why did Vudoo Gunworks, known for rimfire and bolt action rifles, approach the 1911? And that's a dang good question. We approached the 1911 the same way we did the 22. The 22 is the oldest metallic cartridge out there. It's been around forever, and arguably John Browning's design of the 1911 is one of the most long-time and enduring semi-autos out there. We took that same challenge in the way we did the 22 and decided to put all of the really hard work and effort that goes in by all the companies who build a really nice high-end 1911 in a different area. We put that hard work in at the front end instead of the back end. Really, what's different about the Mobius is the way it starts from the inside. I mentioned to you a Mobius strip has no beginning or end, inside or out, and that is how we approached the 1911. We literally build this from the inside out in a manner not currently being done in this industry by any of the manufacturers. We'll speak more to that later on. It's a patent protected process now, and we'd like for that to be fully complete, and we're super happy to tell you about it. But one of the key things to know is that we build all our own critical parts that require fitment. We do our frame, slide, our own barrel bushing, our beaver tail grip safety, because there's a significant blend situation that happens there, and something that I'm particularly super proud of. I really love our all billet one-piece trigger. It is a drop-in. There is no fitment in our setup required. The bow, the transfer bar bow, is a billet solid one-piece part of this trigger. It is not attached. It starts out as a chunk and turns into that when it's done. It's super cool, has a really neat front profile that everybody that shot it has found super comfortable and pleasing. We think you're gonna love it. The approach that we did is with all 1911 builders, the high-end guys, the Wilson, Nighthawk, Les Baer. They have tremendous craftsmen that do a phenomenal job, gun by gun, and build what they are famous for. We've decided to take all of that intellect, hard work, and knowledge and put it on the front end by building all of the critical fitment parts. When we are done, this frame and slide are right off the machine. I have set an ejector in here for a particular reason I'm going to show you guys, but they literally go together that well and that perfect right off the machine. You can't see it, but I'm telling you, there's no rock, there's no slide. It needs a modicum, a very small amount of hand lapping we would do just to make it perfect, but that is a many hours fitment area most of the time for 1911s. That opens up a lot of doors for a lot of reasons, and it allows us to control this level of high-end at a price point that is still high-end, it's still expensive, but thousands of dollars less than its comparable competitor out there. One of the cool things that we added in with this, so that caliber switching is easy, going to 22 long rifle, is our ejector, which we make is done in a really neat fashion. And it's, instead of being a gunsmith level part for service, we have done it with a very neat and ingenious threaded pin design, which some might worry all of a sudden about that being at the frame rails. Let me assure you that from an engineering perspective, we have done it in a fashion with a really neat methodology where when that pin goes in, it goes across this front cut and pulls the ejector down the more you tighten it, and that ejector then pins the screw in. They become self-stabilizing, so you won't end up with an ejector screw, an ejector threaded pin, backing out and getting into your slide rail area on the frame and creating a problem. But it'll allow you to easily service, change this part, do caliber conversions and all of that. So it really, the way we've approached this is an enabling technology where it allows us to build a phenomenal 1911 for you at a substantially less in the high-end marketplace price than you would normally have to pay, but it is going to allow us to offer a foundation kit, we'll call it, where you can buy our critical fitment parts, obviously substantially less, build your own 1911 if you so choose, and not have to have that high level, high degree of technical knowledge, know-how, classes, be a master level gunsmith to be able to build a master quality level 1911. We're excited to be able to bring that to you guys. We have a lot of cool other neat accessories and parts coming on with that. A lot of really neat billet aluminum grips that will show in greater detail, or you can see on our website, but lots of neat continuation coming. We appreciate you tuning in. I think we ought to stop talking and we ought to go to the range and shoot this thing.
There you go. That was fun.